Hey guys, welcome back to the Warp Tunnel. I'm Chris86. Spoiler alert! About 2 months ago, I found a document on Reddit about Call of Duty Zombies. It turns out one of the marketing interns at Activision, who hadn't signed any NDAs yet, decided to release some zombie details about the 4 maps that would be coming out. Well, everyone thought that this guy was totally making all this junk up and that he wasn't really a marketing intern from Activision, and none of this stuff was true. But spoiler alert, 2 months ago he released this information. I'm about to read the first paragraph to you. It says, I have exclusive zombie details uncovered directly through corporate papers. All of this info is subject to change, and Treyarch's been focusing heavily on a brand new leveling system. Now, keep in mind, this was released 2 months ago. 2 months ago. I'm going to read it right now. The disc ships with 4 maps. The documents describe them, each unique, each with their own set of quirks, weapons, and atmospheres. I'll detail each map below. Zeitgeist is the name of the first map, set in a steampunk Chicago. It is the only map to feature advanced movement capabilities, thrust jumps, slides, wall running, intended to act as a gateway to Samantha's subconscious. Dreamlike imagery is not uncommon and plagues most of the map. Think LSD Dream Simulator. Large animals wreaking havoc through the streets, bright neons juxtaposing steampunk styles, etc. Probably the most unique map to date. The characters are 4 nameless businessmen, think Mad Men, Mad Men's characters turned up 150%. In terms of the cliche, 60s manly man. Samantha acts as a constant narrator throughout the Easter egg, described as a story quest, culminating in interactive cutscenes into the Maxis mansion. So this was 2 months ago, and the guy released that, yes, the first map is based in steampunk Chicago. And the story that goes along with it is basically that they're inside Samantha's psyche well, let me keep reading and you'll see why. Now, there's going to be a lot of spoilers because absolutely, if this stuff is true, which it already seems to be, I'm about to reveal the next 3 maps and the story that goes along with them. So, if you don't want to know and you want to wait till the game comes out, then please do so, because I have a very strong feeling that this guy is the real deal. And this is absolutely the truth. So, map number 2, presently untitled. Set in the Maxis Mansion. Very tight map, reminiscent of Verrückt and Shangri-La. Smallest map on disc, only reaching near Keynoter Toten in size. This map was previewed in the Black Ops 3 reveal trailer. I don't know why it says this. It says the reveal trailer. I think this map was previewed in the Origins ending cutscene, which might be a reveal trailer of sorts, I suppose, because it does take you to the inside of what will be, I'm sure, of a next map on Black Ops 3, and this is kind of confirming it now. But the playable characters, it says, are Dr. Maxis and 3 currently unnamed German scientists. The entire basement of the mansion acts as a gritty electrical-fused pseudo-lab. Samantha is used as a source of intellectual power. Through one of Maxis's technological wonders, her imagination is allowed to run wild and gives birth to her and Eddie's zombie playtime in the real world. She places perks, wall weapons, mystery boxes, etc. through the map, giving the scientists the necessary tools to eradicate the already present zombies. The old story has been retooled entirely. Old gameplay mechanics remain, but the initial cause of the undead seems to be headed in the direction of voodoo, spirituality, and Egyptian curses. Hell, fire, demons, and Satan is the new mystical realm. Argotha is apparently irrelevant, dropped from the story entirely. The map's Easter egg largely revolves around the construction of a motor vehicle. This, I could kind of see why, how all of this relates to the original story. Basically, I think they're trying to get across that there's multiple personalities. There's multiple parallel realities. And I think all the realities are starting to get mixed up. So none of the stories are true, and all of the stories are true at the exact same time, kind of thing. But let's look at the next map. Map 3, presently untitled. Set in German village, largest map on disc. Follows the path of the same 4 German scientists after having constructed the vehicle and driven uptown. It is said to have inspiration from the Silent Hill franchise. Lots of creative monsters, eerie music, sirens, etc. The map is seemingly the most detailed to date. Every village building is explorable. New procedural generation techniques assisted heavily in the map's development process. The map's Easter egg centers around the long journey to the generator in the middle of town. Maxis has requested Samantha to overcharge the generator, creating a rift in space, sending them to a location of his choosing, and he chooses Giza. His goal is to put a stop to the worldwide curse. Upon arrival at the generator, Samantha refuses to overcharge without being given knowledge of Eddie's location, the little boy, and Maxis reveals the truth. Edward was killed in an accidental experiment, later performed successfully on Samantha. Samantha outbursts, striking down on the generator and electrocuting the 4 scientists. So, in the story, what's going on is, at this point, it's after Origins. You've seen how my father has a plan, don't worry, everything's going to be alright. My dad has a plan, she says at the end of Origins. Well, I think that, according to this, her dad's plan is to inject her with some kind of possible 115 element and have her bring her imagination to life so that they can combat a zombie apocalypse that's going on in their world. And so Samantha then brings her characters into our world, perhaps. Or, our world is one of the parallel realities that exists within the zombies universe, I guess. Or I guess that doesn't make any sense either. Let's just continue on. Map number 4, Nile. Now they're finally in Egypt, and if you'll remember back in Black Ops 2, we've already seen Egypt because Egypt was really, really close to where Buried was. So I think that this rip in space and time is near the Nile in all of our universes, apparently. And it's a possibility that maybe all of our characters from all the different universes and maybe different timelines will all meet up in one place to try to stop the giant catastrophe. And that's in Giza, or, close to the Nile. So let's look at the 4th map. It's called Nile, set in and around the pyramids of Giza, featuring the return of the original heroes, Dempsey, Nikolai, Takeo, Richtofen. The Nile is likely a return to a Black Ops 1 form type of gameplay. The master Easter egg is reportedly very Shangri-La-esque, with lots of exotic ancient puzzles. And I'm guessing now they need to kind of tie in the storyline with the Templars that they kind of revealed during Origins. When you add a new section of history to the timeline, you have to have a map devoted to it. So I'm guessing that they're going to travel so far back in time that they become the original 4 people who were the 4 statues in Origins. They're going to travel back even further than Origins and go all the way back to when the Templars took control of the 115 and, Origins then came to be. How far can they really take it back? Well, according to this, after map 4, their ideas were to take the storyline and intertwine it with ideas of travel to Alpha Centauri, which is, I'm guessing, where the 115 originally came from. So that's all that the marketing page has, actually. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check it out yourself and read the whole thing. I didn't read it verbatim. It's really quite detailed, though. And I'm guessing because this is way before, the actual release of the game, even these things are subject to change. Not stuff that you've already done a lot of work on, like, of course, the Steampunk Chicago map, which we now know to be, the Shadows map, and not Zeitgeist, which was the original name for the map, according to this guy. But the fact that this was all released 2 months ago, and everybody on the Reddit page was like, you're full of crap, man, this isn't true. But so far, he's, absolutely correct. I guess that's about it. That's his whole page. Check it out. Kind of sad that this might be spoiling the whole, getting to see a really new idea every month if you already know what it is. But so far, his first guess was, or his first statement that Steampunk Chicago was first was absolutely 100% correct. And if that's true, then map number 2 that's going to be released on disc is the Maxis Mansion. Map number 3 will be the German Village. And map number 4 will be the Nile. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting, guys. I'm Chris86, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.